nothing's ever really done. I figure till the end of time, as long as I have this vehicle, there's always going to be something else that I want to do to it, whether it's changing something old and making it modern again, or just doing something that I've been wanting to do. But either way, this project isn't done yet. I got 4 more batteries to put in the back. This thing is gonna have 10 Group 31 14-volt batteries in it. I wanted to keep the traditional row in the back like I've always had. We're gonna put 4 of those batteries back into it and run the cable, and I got a couple other little things I want to do as well. Got the old vice grips. Now, you know I always got to use the vice grips because since I've owned this truck, since I started hooking up beat, I've always had a ton of deadener on this rear door hatch. It's heavy and these shocks do not like it. So if you don't know, what we've got going on here is that rack underneath the bottom has all the amplifiers. They're all chambered up with fans pulling air in and blowing air out, connected to an SMD TM1 to monitor their temperature. And these blocks right here, those are originally put in to help hold the trim piece that goes over the top of the batteries, which is sitting up there on the shelf right now. It's ugly, so I'm not zooming in. Used to look good, but I got some changes I want to make. We're gonna make it cleaner, we're gonna make it nicer. Yes, for sure, I do want to build a new box. I want something really super nice back here, but I also just want to get this truck functioning. I want to get it back to where it was before the other batteries got old and died out. To be honest, I really love this box. There's nothing I don't love about this box. It does wild hair tricks for being in the cargo area, almost as good as a lot of walled vehicles can do. There's probably at least 10 gallons of resin in this box and yards and yards and yards of Nitex fiberglass. So this box is strong, and that's the reason why it stood the test of time over all these years. Like I said, I do want a new one. I just want my old truck back the way it was, and then we can talk about other stuff when I'm done doing other things over there. All right, enough of that. Let's grab the final 4 excess power 14-volt Group 31 batteries to match the other ones to make it 10. Everything's still proper, everything's still working good. Belt's in perfect condition, not even a mark on it. Been playing with this system a little bit, making sure it's all working, and it is. And of course we got the final 4 batteries right here, sitting on the concrete, ready to go. They'll be fine sitting on the concrete. This isn't the battery out of your grandpa's Model T. This is 2020, it's okay, it's not gonna hurt anything. Of course, I took the ropes off these a long time ago. Now I get to pick them up the hard way. Starting to look like the old Tahoe now, but better. Out with the old, hopefully in with something new. So instead of using that tired old trim piece, I'm gonna make a brand new one. Can't get mad. Work first. All right, here we go. So I'm not 100% sure how I want to bring this thing back. I like the way it was. I just want to make it nice again, solid, clean. So been over there on the laser, a little bit of cardboard, trying to get these angles just right. Feel like it's going to be good. It's fit in here really nice. Something like that. As you can see, been putting in work, doing my little drawings, my little scratch paper until I get it right. So I know these pieces right here fit. A little curve is what I was worried about. So now that I know that those fit, I can spread these apart and start working on my little piece. So now that that's looking good, time to grab a piece of acrylic and put it over the top. One of the problems I was having before is that my labels would always get scratched up. So hopefully that won't happen this time. The acrylic might, but the labels won't. So that'll be good. Alright, it's not staying like this. This is just the idea, the direction I'm headed. Got a nice little clear cover for the batteries. No more scratchy scratch. Alright, while it may not be something worth talking about just yet because it's cardboard and it's wrinkly and it's flimsy, it gives me an idea what's actually going on with my logo, the attachment points, so I can kind of keep it all in one piece, and fitment and everything else. So I'm going to go in the office, make a few changes, and come out here and put this on some acrylic. Right now I think this might be my best bet. Look at it is, even if I ruin it, I'll have a badass excess power sign that I can pop out of here and use for something. More than likely I will ruin it at least once before I get it right, or twice. Everything's looking good. The excess power, the little donut in the O and the R and the P is missing, but that's okay because I can put them back in. And actually I plan on using other colors. Now that I have this logo ready to go, I can put whatever color I want inside that excess, and I think I'm going to do it. I'm not sure what color I'm going to do yet though. Alright, so I messed that first one up. Paid the price because I ended up scratching it. So time to make a new one, and this time I'm not taking the paper off until it's finished. This is what I have so far. Those top cutouts are going to have inserts in them later, but for right now everything's looking good. Good. Let's go test fit in the Tahoe. All this lettering is stuck to the glass really nice. It's not moving, it's not flimsy, especially on the little sharp points. And now I can go ahead and cut the exact same pattern out of other colors and drop it right in to those empty spots. I'll make that excess power really pop. And then I've got this clear acrylic right here. I'm thinking I may just put one more layer of 1/8 inch in this little hole. This way it's completely flush. There's no 1/8 inch lip or anything like that. Not that it's a bad thing, but it just gives it that little final touch. These top pieces are going to have stainless grill inserts with the SMD logo and all that in the center. I decided to cut them out of this, and then I'm going to put them back in once I cut them out of stainless or aluminum. Now that 3/4 inch platform that it's sitting on right now is kind of rigged up. That is going to get attached to this, and then I'm going to make some stainless steel brackets, and it's all going to attach to those. So that's coming up next. As you can see, the excess power looks good. Just gets a little bit lost, a lot of stuff going on. White is cool and all, but it's not going to be real cool until I put a red border around it. details. Now this is all going to be bonded in place once I'm happy with it. So keep that in mind. But so far so good. Got this big one right here to replace with some color. I'm going to do that right now. Alright, so I'm going to have to do some carbon fiber for that little insert right there. And I don't have any carbon fiber acrylic. So I'm going to have to make some. Yep. Made my own pattern real quick. As you can see here, I just kind of drew my own little carbon fibers. And then I overlaid my piece over the top and then took out what I didn't need. Not bad for freestyle. Get this little triangle out of here. Need that. These 3 little pieces. It kind of looks like carbon fiber. So we're gonna pop this little thing in here. And of course we got this. Went ahead and etched these letters so they're kind of gray, and they will sit inside of that white border. from the backside, so you can't feel anything no matter what. Ooh, boy, I tell you what, right there. Now for the final touch, my little pieces that go in there. I'll be the first to say this is a very underwhelming neon blue. I have other neon colors that glow like crazy underneath the black light. This does almost nothing. But it is bluer than the clear stuff, so I think it'll be perfect for this job. Some nice little light ghosting. So everything's came together real nice, but it's all still loose. So time to take it apart, glue everything back in place, and then I can bring it back over for good. Alright, if it was hard to believe that this thing is 50 pieces when I was talking about it, here's some proof right here. You can count them all. There's so many pieces in here. So including the whole rack, it's 50 pieces. But the rack is only 4 of those 50. So, yeah. Every single time I look at this, I see another thing that I can do to it, another small touch, another detail. But to be honest, I need to just get this thing done. I have other stuff to do. And this is never going to get done if I don't stop splitting hairs on all the little details. I got my work cut out for me. But as long as I don't ruin this, I'll be good to go in about an hour. Time for some more time lapse. only piece I lost was this little guy. I literally had to fire the laser up, turn the chiller on, exhaust, everything, and make this little guy right here because I lost it. But I'm not complaining because I am about done with this. Put a little drop of solvent in here. If you notice that I always squeeze this first and then I apply, it's because you don't want this thing dribbling everywhere. So you squeeze everything out of it, and then you can turn it upside down, put a drop or two in it, and then when you lift it up, it's still got the suction action. So put this little guy in there, my final little piece. Get in there, fool. There we go. Done. All those letters are finally in. That was quite stressful. Praying that I don't spill something on the front of that acrylic because it's ruined if you do. But I got away pretty good. A couple little thumbprints, but they should wipe off. So one last look at this thing. I'm gonna pop it into the back, and then we got some wiring to do. Let's go slap it in the back. One last quick little look. When I first started this video, I had all intentions of running all the wires, and that was my thing. But when I took one look at the old trim piece, it used to look good back in the day, but it's taken a beating over the years. I just knew I couldn't leave it like that. So this video is obviously all about the cover. It's done. The lettering is in. Nothing's moving. It's looking as good as I could ever hope for it to look. If I had to do it twice, there's a couple things I would do different, but overall I like it. So now onto the battery wiring, onto the excess power, built-in onboard charger, and I got some trim pieces that go on the sides right there. And who knows what kind of ideas I'm going to come up with as I'm rebuilding the back area here. So stay tuned for that. And for now, I'm out.